greatest thing. DJB and Gunner Pulse will be joining me in a little bit to do a live reaction outside the Emirates. But until then, we'll continue with a little cheeky watch along. Hope everyone's day's been good. Been a little bit better than mine. I've still got an absolute rager of a toothache going on, so that's not double great, is it? It's been a very poor game so far, though, isn't it? I mean, that is to absolutely be said. I mean, that first 20 or so minutes, I mean, we could have had two, we could have had three, but in typical Arsenal fashion, you can't really sort of expect too much from this front three, especially without starting Ethan Nwaneri. Help me, Ethan Nwaneri. You are our only hope. He's been the only half decent one, really, over the last few sort of months since Saka's injury. Bukayo Saka, obviously, he's out. That's a sort of a big loss. But even when Aries stepped up quite nicely to that plate, Trossard been dipping in and out of form. Ain't really had a good game today, I don't think either, to be fair, And then Marino, all right, look, listen, you've got to give credit to the geezer. He's got the goal, hasn't he? And absolutely fair dues to him. He's given us the 3 points. But I think when you look at it today, I think having Declan Rice, William Saliba, and of course Gabriel Magalhaes not getting injured, ... to the minute. I think that's bigger than the 3 points. We know the league's done, and Liverpool have deserved it. But we have got a game against Real Madrid, and that is the most important part. Is having a good squad ready for them. I'm quite pessimistic on how well we're going to get through in that Real Madrid game, but this game is just all about not getting players injured for me, and that's the main thing. We will have DJB rocking up very soon as well with the Arsenal Pulse. Aces, big up, brother. How are you doing, my friend? Yeah. Listen, man. It's been so piss poor, like so bad. Like I said, it's painful. It's quite a painful watch. Odegaard, where's he been again today? He'll get lauds and plauds from loads of people, but for some strange reason, everyone still loves him. It's absolutely madness. Oh, is it? Oh shit, son. Tottenham are losing 2-0. They Aces, man. They are the gift that just absolutely keeps on giving, aren't they? They're a joke, Tottenham. But look, I mean, that's not to say that I'm saying anything with that much chest. Arsenal are an absolute bloody joke. Let's get that right. Hold on. You boys might be a little bit in front of me. I'm a little cheeky Cucurella crossing. Oh, yeah, nicely dealt with. It is what it is. Mate, this game is just... This is the exact reason why I sold it, because this is a Category A game, This is 95 quid for my seat. As soon as I looked at it, I was like, nope. As soon as Arsenal, we've been playing the way we've been playing, I looked at this and I thought, you know what? I'm going to take the missus and the kids out today on Arsenal for that 95 quid. And do you know what? I've done exactly that and had a better day. Of course, I'm watching it now. We will be again joined, don't forget, with DJB and his boy, the Arsenal Pulse. We will be joined by him very soon. He's going to give us a live reaction outside the Emirates. So I'm looking forward to that. Make sure you stay tuned for that. But I mean, on total, this Arsenal, man, yeah, Dazza, yeah, it's the reason I haven't watched, on TV, yeah, bruv. Mate, we done a good choice for people that don't know, and I'm sure you all do by now. Dazza Smoke Chew, yeah, he sits next to me at the Emirates. I mean, come on, man. Like, you've done better than me all year. You have. I'll give you that, my friend. You've smashed it with Arsenal this season. You've got your money back. Whereas, unfortunately for me, I've wasted a lot of money on Arsenal this season in terms of games. It's no good. Frankfurt will eliminate Tottenham from the Europa League. Aces, brother. My friend, I absolutely hope you're right. I don't want them getting their hands on any trophies whatsoever. Let's get that right. But then, what am I worrying about? It's Tottenham. Of course, they're not going to win any trophies. It's Tottenham. Come on, man. Of course they won't. They'll get to the final and be 3-0 up, and I'd still be confident that they won't win a trophy. Do you know what I mean? They're that bad. AJ in the building. Big up, brother. Hope you're all well, my friend. Big up every time to you as well, my man. Hope you're good, sir. I am absolutely fantastic. I've got a bit of a bastard toothache. But I mean, that aside, look, we're winning a dead game 1-0. I'm relatively happy, I guess. You know, it is what it is. It's nothing to scream and shout about, is it? You know, I'll tell you what I did do though. I did massively, massively, massively underestimate how shit Chelsea are. And I knew that they were crap from the start. Let's get that right. But I mean, this is just been a. I, that, I remember a fight. Yeah, I remember a fight at school. Yeah, and it was primary school, so we must have been about 9 or 10. Yeah, and it was two. You know, they weren't the smartest kids. You know what I mean? Around, they weren't the sharpest knives in the drawer. Do you know what I mean? They weren't the full ticket. And I remember them having a little fight. You know, they're throwing punches like that. It's embarrassing. It is what it is. And one of them got their hat knocked off, and I remember them saying, "Hold on 1 minute, do you mind if I pick my hat back up?" And they stopped fighting, let him pick his hat back up, put it back on, and they carried on fighting. That fight reminds me of this game. Just two absolute morons competing against each other. I mean, there looks like there's going to be a winner, and it's going to be Arsenal Football Club, probably full time, and it is. But yeah, Macy said they're full time, but I mean, come on. This has been anything but fantastic, is it, man? Do you know what I mean? Let's get that absolutely right. Very, very, very boring, disappointing game, and is exact reason why I've got 95 quid in my back pocket and I'm not having to come back from this stadium today. Aces Sam, man, big up Aces. The only game you should be going to is Real Madrid, Real Madrid and Newcastle, and sell the rest of your home games and your season ticket. Aces, man. Literally, as you sent that, I got an email come through saying my Arsenal Fulham ticket sold. So there's another 53 quid in my back pocket. Some people might say, you know, and I can get, you know, there may be an argument or a comment and sort of saying, yeah, you know, that's not a proper fan selling the season ticket. But you know what? I've got misses and kids. I've got to spend time with them, man. Like, I believe in this manager, Arteta, and what this football club are doing. So small, so little, so tiny. That, do you know what? That justifies it to me why I've been selling these games. Do you know what I mean? And you're absolutely right, Aces. You hit the nail on the absolute head. Um, yeah, I will be going to the Real Madrid game. The money's coming out soon. I got the email. As well as that, the Newcastle last game of the season, I do like going to see some of my mates. Do you know what I mean? That we sit around there. I'll of course be going around and saying hello to Dan Potts as I usually do. DJB, I always say hello to. He's only around the corner from me in touch. And also as well, don't forget he will be here very 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 soon. So now we've got a bit of full time. I've sent him the link, and DJB and his boy, the Arsenal Pulse, will be joining me, and we'll be getting a live reaction very, very, very soon from the Emirates. I don't know if they'll do it outside or still in the stadium. We'll have to wait and find out. It's the first time we're doing it, but stay tuned for a bit of DJB, yeah, and this boy's reaction. Macy, how you doing, brother? Always respect, man. You're such a funny fucker, man. I enjoy it when you come on them live call-ins, my friend. Marino is a scrub. I don't care if he scored. I will never rate him. Yeah, listen, man. I'll tell you why you never rate him is because he's a poor central defensive midfielder playing up front. Do you know what? He's got a couple of goals. You know, fair enough. He's got match winners against Leicester and match winner today, also against Chelsea. But come on, man, let's not hide that from the real truth here. And the real truth is Arsenal Football Club still need a striker, regardless of what Mourinho's doing there. He was crap aside from that header. Do you know what I mean? It's not as if we're like, wow, well, man, am I watching Ronaldo R9 reincarnated in the skin of Mikel Marino here? What's going on? Do you know what I mean? We're not. He's still nowhere near good enough. If he was actually good enough, and for some reason Mikel Arteta pulled off a masterstroke, he'd have been scoring left, right, and centre, and we'd probably have about 8 more points. But he's not. He's not a striker. He's barely even a footballer. People, let's get it right. Do you know what I mean? Dazza, how you doing, brother? A nice shiny blue little badge you got there, my friend. How you doing? Yeah, I only done 3 games, and one of them was PSV, and it didn't sell. Yeah, it's the only reason I went there as well, brother. Looking forward to the Carabao Cup final. Yeah, man. Yeah, we kick off for that in an hour. I won't be watching it on here, of course. I will be watching it in the game, but won't be doing anything live for it. Yeah, Enrique is a scrub yet full time 1-0. And Mace is also saying Arteta is fist pumping. Yeah, I hate the Spanish boy right there. He's nice. Yeah, listen, mate. He's anything but nice. Yeah, big up, Macy. Yeah, big up, Macy. Yeah, the boys, man. You know that. How you doing? And how you doing, fella? All good, man. Big up. AJ Bite. Yeah, what you saying, bruv? Aaron, the only side of our club the club that actually wants to win is the women's side. I know, yeah, it's embarrassing in itself. That's why they're peddling their own merch now, brother. because they sacked the manager that weren't good enough. Yeah, listen, yeah, he didn't get 5 years, did he? I didn't see him getting 5 years anytime soon, did he, bruv? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, what's going on there, man? Like, it's sort of madness, man, that the women's management, managerial sort of side of things have actually got a better fucking higher standard than Arsenal, but they actually win stuff. That's the thing. What have we won since Arteta's been here? The Dorishes, they've won a lot more than Arsenal have. It's madness. Well, a huge congratulations on 327. I was on 330 one stage yesterday. But listen, some people are going to hate. Do you know what I mean? And the thing is, what I've always been, I've never really took things like that personal. Do you know what I mean? If people want to unsubscribe, that's all cool, man. You're the subs I don't fucking want anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want people with an open mind that can listen to someone and all the panelists I get on and guests, etc., talk properly about Arsenal Football Club. And do you know what? If that ain't a bit of you, that's cool, man. Do you know what I mean? There's no digital gun to your head. I ain't gonna hold no digital gun to your head. I also ain't gonna stalk you and put a real one on your fucking nut. But if you don't like the content, fuck off, man. Do you know what I mean? It just is what it is. Do you know what I mean? Don't reply to your email because guess what? I'll say it's like Bob and big up, mate. Thanks for the watch. I am very busy. Do you know what I mean? This ain't everything that I've got to. Do you know how many DMs and emails I ain't been responded to? Listen, man, I could scroll down my fucking WhatsApp text messages from my best friends, and there'll probably be a plethora of unanswered messages. Do you know why? Because I've got family and kids, bruv. Can't respond to everyone, man, unfortunately. Do you know what I mean? Don't take it personally, man. I've just got a fucking hectic, busy life, bro. And unfortunately, Arsenal and YouTube now, I mean, Arsenal took up a large percentage of my life in the first place, let alone doing all of this shit, brother. So do you know what I mean? It is what it is. Yeah, man. The woman's ex-manager was a 2 from a possible 9 and still got sacked. Yeah, mate, this is standards, AJ. This is what I'm saying, and they don't get held to it. Do you know what I mean? I'll take a 1 trophy from a possible 20. Now, listen, I love doing this, and I'm so glad you linked that into me, yeah, bruv. Because, yes, you're absolutely right, possible 20. But do you know what? We've got 17 consecutive failures, right? So that means since we won that FA Cup, our last game of the season, of course, it would have been. Since then, in 2009, we have lost in 17 consecutive competitions we have failed in. Now, if you add that to the Premier League, because let's face it, we ain't going to win the Premier League this year. That's 18 consecutive failures. If we don't win the Champions League, which, I mean, come on, let's double get it right. We probably ain't going to win the Champions League. That's 19 consecutive failures. So when you say one in 20, do you know what I mean? That's all good. You're absolutely right in that, bruv. But it's more damning when you consider the consecutive failures. Consecutive failures are 17, 18 including the league, and there'll be 19 and counting. And then it obviously is going to extend to next year. It's a worrying / damning stat, man. And then this is why I love producing these stats and just love reading them out when people in the chat sort of say them and all, because people think we talk bollocks, mate. They think we talk waffle. I must think, what's he talking about? Well, the fact that I'm talking about is that we have realistically failed 18 consecutive times in a row, but apparently there's progression. There will be on Monday night. We will be doing a show. There will be again an updated segment on regression FC, so I can just show every single person where we've regressed. That's going to be a weekly thing forever and a day. So look out for that, people. Shane Gooner, big up, man. He's going to be there on the Monday. So make sure you go give Shane Gooner a like and subscribe as well. You know what I mean? Go over there and see his stuff. He does a lot of shorts as well, a few videos. He's smashing a little bit old school, bit like me, great mentality. Yeah, so give him a bit of a follow. And he's saying, typical Arteta, yeah, boy. Take the lead and lock up the rest of the match. Do you know what I mean? Like in that first 20 minutes, an actual half decent front forward would, probably ruined Chelsea. Look at last year, what we've done to them. All right, we took chances, etc. We ripped them apart. That was there for the taking. Again, let's not get anything twisted. Ripping Chelsea apart today was there for the absolute taking. But do you know what we done? We didn't. And just exactly what Shane's saying, we decided to go, we got 1 goal up. Yeah, that's all well and good. The victory, and I'll say this, and I will say this repeatedly after the day. I think I'm going to be on with Lee later. And I'll say this to DJB when he gets on. He'll be here maybe within the next 5 or 10 minutes with his boy as well, the Arsenal Pulse. So make sure you stay tuned for that. I'll be saying this on Lee's as well. The victory wasn't 3 points today, and that might sound stupid. Because look, I'm happy. It's a London derby. It's Chelsea. A victory against them in any way, shape or form is cool. I was very resigned to the fact that once we had all of these injuries, that we would be playing probably dire football. I was resigned to that. I get it, but it's still worth pointing out. But do you know what? The victory is not 3 points against Chelsea today. The victory is not getting Declan Rice injured. The victory is not getting Saliba injured. The real victory isn't getting Gabriel injured. Because look, I'm not going to subscribe to the notion that Arsenal will go through against Real Madrid. I'm not. I'm not going to come here and spit that bollocks to you because I know you'll smell a rat, and I'm not going to do that to everyone. But there is still a feasible chance. There just is. And if there is going to be any absolute, stars align sort of kind of moment, which I don't believe there will be, but if there is, we need our centre-back partnership. Let's just get that absolutely well and truly right. Arsenal need their back two. They need Big Saliba and they need Gabriel, both legs. That's a fact. One of them are missing. I mean, the likeliness that it goes down is so massive, and it's unlikely anyway. And Declan Rice, look, there will be people, and I'll counter it myself as well, that will say, well, what did Declan do against Bayern Munich? And I actually agree with that. He didn't really do much. I wish he could have stepped up a little bit more, but he didn't. But, we've got to deal with that now. Would you rather Declan Rice in that midfield at home against Real Madrid on the 8th? Of course you would, just like I would. And that's the point that I'm trying to make. They're our big three hitters. It don't really matter what we do up front, because our front forward, they're shit. They're shit. They're absolute pony. What matters is being able to keep Vinny at bay, being able to keep Rodrigo at bay, being able to keep Mbappe at bay. And I'll tell you what, Trossard, Marino up top, and Martinelli, they ain't going to fucking affect that, people. I'll tell you who will affect that is if Gabriel and Saliba have a defensive masterclass. I'll tell you who will affect that is if Declan Rice has an absolute defensive masterclass. And that's the point of what I'm trying to say. 3 points, we ain't chasing no league title. There's no difference to me between 2nd and 5th place. I promise you, with second looks prettier, yes, granted, but I could not give a fuck if Arsenal Football Club finished 5th or 2nd. I don't care, because all I care about is this place. 1st. You know, the one that gets you to do that? You know, the one that everyone gives a fuck about, because no one gives a shit about 2nd place. Top Gooners give a shit about 2nd place because it looks prettier. Granted, it does, but that's not progress to me. I want to win. Absolutely win on any way, shape, or fucking form. Win. Why, how you doing, brother? Yeah, I can't see your thing. How you doing? Yeah, the atmosphere was dead. Yeah, so-called London derby. Yeah, listen, man, because no matter, and I'll talk about the atmosphere, and it was the same against PSV. I went the other night. Listen, the lower tier was relatively full. Upper tier, half dead. It's because there's a dead rubber, and that's exactly what the Chelsea game is today. You know, it's a London derby. Of course we want to win it, but deep down, even the heaviest, whether you're a top gooner, whether you're up top like me, you will know without shadow of a doubt that the league's gone, and you know really in your heart of hearts there ain't really much in it today. Yes, a London derby, yeah, all well and good, but the fans know it kind of means fuck all. Yeah, and Lee Gunners, yeah, he's the same. We're all sort of very busy, man. Yeah, Dave, big up, Dave. How you doing, Big Dave? Aaron, yeah, this was a nothing game, man. Listen, yeah, there's no arguments from me there, brother. See how we win when we have nothing to play for. Yeah, listen, we look, last season, sort of towards the end of it, we're getting a lot of 1-0 wins, and I get that. That was cool. You know, we're going for a title. DJB is in the building. Just give us 2 seconds. I will bring him in. Yeah, no, I totally get it. There's nothing to play for. You know, it is what it is. Right, I will be adding DJB to the mix. He's right outside the Emirates Stadium. Let's get him on. He's with his boy. How are you doing, my friend?
Hello, mate. Yeah, good. Fresh from the game. All good. Say we're taking, obviously, but
yeah. Oh, your
yeah.
audio.
I mean, the first half
nicking out a little bit there, DJB, brother. Audio's nicking out a little bit there. I think the connection might be a little bit in and out there, brother. Yeah, mate. Yeah,
all right, mate.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a lot in and out. That's a little bit better. Yeah, how you doing, man? Let's go from the scratch. How you doing, brother? It's good to see you. It was shit, wasn't it?
Yeah, all good.
It was a
Yeah,
shit game. What's your
yeah.
thoughts,
I've
bro?
got to be honest. I'd say the first 15 minutes we came out, lively. We looked okay, looked sharp.
Yeah,
Martinelli looked sharp for the first half. Got in good positions as he was doing, and he had Cucurella really. But
yeah,
again, it's that final third. It was lacking that final third. Odegaard again was off it. He wasn't really creating much. Wasn't getting involved. Kept giving the ball away a few times as well. And yeah, I mean, it's what we've been saying all season, guys. It's that final third is nothing now. It's just sideways and backwards. I was impressed with Gabriel. Gabriel had a great game again. I mean, Gabriel, marshalled back line,
yeah,
looked really good. Played a couple of good through balls as well. And Chelsea getting off for a lot. I mean, Chelsea looks, how can I say? They look like they're just running around. Really, they've got no real pattern of play. There are a lot of individuals out there. So
yeah,
they were there for the taking. And, yeah, again, second half, we looked as if we was running out of ideas. Again, we looked as if we was running out of ideas. We weren't really getting on the ball at all.
yeah. Yeah, mate, there was absolutely nothing going on. I said this as well. I thought, do you know what, boys? The first 10, 20 minutes, I thought, do you know what? These boys are here for the taking. Do you know what I mean? And they were, Sanchez out the back in goal was making mistakes. They'd had a couple of loose balls that we had a chance to capitalise on. And we didn't really do it. In that first 20 minutes, we could have found ourselves at least 2-0 up. Do you know what I mean? And I think a better flowing forward lineup would have probably gone into that second half at least 3-0 up. And, they'd have probably done the business, But like you said, we've gone there 1 goal up. And I think Mikel Arteta's sort of half said, I'm going to maybe shut up shop here. And he's sort of maybe just decided to, the second half, stink the place out. He must have probably looked at Chelsea and gone, do you know what? They're not offering anything. We're 1-0 up. We're not really offering anything like that. And I think the game just fizzled out like a try not to get injured training ground match almost in the end, wasn't it, mate?
Yeah, it did look like that. And one of the things that was really frustrating is if you're going to play Mourinho as a striker, he's got to operate in that central area, and he keeps drifting back into midfield. And you can understand why, because he's drifting back in the midfield because that's what his role is. But I think what you got to do, there was a lot of time there he didn't really need to come back into midfield. So when we was getting the ball in position, especially in deep positions, we had that area sort of between the edge of their box and the halfway line in the centre, and there was no one out. There was no one to aim at. Yeah. And I think if you're going to play Mourinho up front, you've got to have him as that central focal point. And this is where it breaks down. So we're getting the ball in positions, we're getting the ball at the back, we're getting the ball in midfield. And we're looking up for that kind of area to play the ball into someone's feet to hold the ball up, and there's no one there. Yeah. So what's happening is that the midfield players are having to check back all the time, and they're having to spin, check back, and it slows it all down, and it just slows the momentum down, and then that allows them to get back into position.
Yeah,
and this is what it's going to be like for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I said this as well before you came on, Bud. Yeah. I said, do you know what? When we got all of them injuries, you were sort of almost resigned to the fact that this is how we was going to play now, It still doesn't make it any less painful to watch, though, does it? You'd still think that with sort of the players that we've got on there, Martinelli, you had a half-decent first half, faded like everyone in the second half, even came on, but too little too sort of late. You're sitting there and you're just thinking, you're watching a front team really, and like you quite rightly said, Bud, totally devoid of ideas, of freedom to allow them to go. It's almost like everyone's so petrified of conceding that goal to go 1-1. Everyone's just like, oh, well, we don't really want to make that overlapping run or that forward run into the box just so we don't drop out of our position because we want to try and keep what we've got. And that obviously does, it really nullifies the allow to go and express himself, especially rather if you're a young lad like an Ethan or Miles Lewis-Skenny or, like a Martinelli even, these players, DJB, and at the Arsenal Pulse, they need to be able to express themselves, and they're so locked up. You know, they're just completely suffocated in this system,
Yeah,
and
no,
we
I
see
agree.
it when we're watching this football. There isn't, any sort of free flowing, excellent watching on the eye, is there? It's just so rigid
No,
and locked up and handcuffed, and
it's all a little bit predictable, mate. And
yeah,
again, this is the opportunity now to start doing different things. Now, one of the things
yeah,
we were saying was perhaps bring Odegaard off, get Wanyeri, or he could have got Wanyeri in the 10, put Odegaard in the 8, and played Martinelli through the middle. That was
yeah,
what he could have done at the start, and perhaps put Marino on the bench and perhaps bring him on. All right, he got his goal, but he knew nothing
yeah,
about it. I mean, he's tried to flick it onto the far post, and it's gone in
yeah,
the far post, which is good. But I mean, that's one of the options he's got to try. I mean, that was set up brilliantly for today to try that, put Odegaard in the 8, and perhaps but again, he's not trying different things, and this is what we're going to have to put up with. And we've got the likes of Real Madrid to come, and I think with a Real Madrid team, if we play like that, we're going to get picked off very, very easily,
oh,
very, very easily. Because Chelsea got in positions there, a bit more quality, and they'd have hurt us. And against Real Madrid, we can't afford to play like that. We just can't afford to play like that.
yeah,
But
yeah.
as I said, we take the 3 points, mate. We take the 3 points. 3 points is 3 points. But yeah, I mean, and it is frustrating. It's very, very frustrating. But yeah, what
Do
can we
you know
say?
what? Do you know what, mate? As well, I made a point. I made a point as well. The biggest victory today isn't the 1-0 win. All right, it's a London derby. Of course, we want to win these games, especially at home and especially against Chelsea. It's 3 points in the league that kind of mean nothing. It solidifies that top 5 battle, if you want to even call that one. But the real victory for me today is Declan Rice coming out unscathed, Gabriel Saliba coming out unscathed,
Yeah,
and Gabriel,
yeah,
Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes being unscathed and uninjured. Because the point I was making
yeah.
just before you came on, um, there isn't a realistic chance where we play and beat Real Madrid. But if we do want to try and compete and be competitive or even stand a chance, those three, especially with the first game being at the Emirates, those three have to be fully fit and completely on form, don't they? Because, it
100%,
doesn't really
100%.
matter what Martinelli does against Real Madrid to a lot of extent. It doesn't matter what Mourinho does. It doesn't matter what Trossard. But I'll tell you what, Vinny, Rodrigo, and of course, then you've got Kylian Mbappe. It massively,
Yeah.
massively matters what Gabriel
No,
Saliba
100%.
and Rice do, massively.
No, no, 100%, mate. But I mean, we were saying again. I mean, we was shocked that Rice played against PSV because he did look tired today. He looked really leggy
Yeah,
in the second half. And again,
yeah,
once again, we've been saying when he's played players where we didn't need to play players in the season. Again, he should have rested Declan Rice against PSV. He really
yeah,
didn't need to play him today, and he did look leggy in the second half. I mean, he puts a lot of work in. He puts a hell of a lot of work in, and they're having to put a lot of work in because they're having to compensate for no striker. So,
fact.
your midfield players are having to get in striking positions. So, you know, that is a good point. I mean, at least there was no injuries today. There was a little bit of a
Yeah,
worry when Timber went down for no reason at all in the first half, but luckily enough, there was no problems there. So I just hope they don't rush Saka back. We don't need Saka back.
yeah,
I don't think there's any need for him to rush back, really. I think we're going to have to go into the Real Madrid game as we are, to be honest. So we'll wait and see. But no,
yeah.
all good. As I said, we'll take 3 points, and no worries at all.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, you know what, as well. I think our biggest enemy now for the next 2 weeks is that bastard international break, because we just know as Arsenal Football Club boys, we just know someone's coming back injured, aren't they? They
Yeah,
just
yeah,
are. That's
yeah.
the enemy
That's
now, isn't it? That
that's that's
bastard
that's
international
that's,
break.
that's the thing, mate. That's the thing. We just got to hope that they don't pick up any more injuries, because for me, it's all about next season now. It's all about
Yeah,
what
yeah,
we do in the summer again, and it's all about next season. And let's hope we can go into the Real Madrid game going into the second leg with something to play for. That's all I want. Just something to play for. Something worth watching in the second leg, and then we'll see what happens. But
Yeah.
so
Oh, you gone there,
we've got
mate?
the Arsenal pulse here.
Yeah, you go. Yeah, you go. You're bugging out a tiny little bit, Asset. You're a little bit better now. Yeah, man. Big up. It was an absolute pleasure. The Arsenal Pulse making his debut. I don't know whether on YouTube, but definitely on this channel. How you doing, my friend? It was an absolute pleasure to meet as well Wednesday night.
Yeah, I'm all good. All good.
Absolute pleasure, my friend.
Yeah,
So,
pleasure.
we've heard absolute wise words from DJP. He's spitting them facts after facts after facts, week after week, day after day. But what was your sort of assessment of the game? Do you know what I mean, man? Because for me, it was just going through the motions, and trying to get away unscathed. What's your sort of take from the whole thing, my friend?
Do you know what? Honestly, it wasn't even a game of 2 halves. It was a game of 30 minutes and the rest of it, if I'm honest with you. We looked really good for the first bit. We was great.
Yeah.
We got the goal we needed. And as soon as that goal went in, we looked really lively. I was thinking, hang on, we're going to kick on it. You had the crowd lift, the tempo raised. And then 32nd minute to the end of the first half, just flat. Tempo really dropped. And then after that, second half, it was no different. We never really picked that intensity back up to kick on for the second goal. And we've done it a few times this season where we've really looked like we're going to just take the game at the scruff of the neck and go on and get 2, maybe 3. And we've just sort of sat back, got defensive, and just sort of almost seen the game out at 1-0. And everyone in the stadium's going, what's going on? Why aren't we kicking on? We should be kicking on. And then he makes the subs, and then it is what it is. Like, look, win's a win. Can't take that away. It's a great win. We need the points. Like the title, forget about it. It's going to be, can we get top 4 and not embarrass ourselves? Imagine, like, it'll be embarrassing if we come out of this season not. It'll be an embarrassment.
Oh yeah,
Playing almost for our own pride now at the minute to get that second place to make sure we solidify it.
Yeah. No, look.
I think that's kind of how I saw it today.
Yeah. No, I sort of totally get that. Like for me, there ain't too much difference between finish second and fifth. But I totally get what you're saying. Second does look a lot prettier. And finishing fifth means you've had a severe sort of drop off. And I totally get that point, my friend. But for me, it's all about that number 1. We know we're not going to get that. Liverpool have been in command of this title race pretty much from the get-go, haven't they, my friend? So I sort of always sort of saw today's game, and I said this to the legend that's standing behind you as well. For Arsenal today, it was sort of more all the way about coming out unscathed today. Of course we want to win a London derby against Chelsea at home. Of course we do, and we got that today. We're happy. We're not buzzing, but we're happy. We've done our job. We've got 3 points against a rival at home, our home ground, which we expected the season, didn't we, mate? We absolutely expect to be getting 3 points here, and we've done the job. Fair enough. And I'll ask you the same sort of question I asked DJB. Do you think now, today, do you think the 3 points were bigger, or do you reckon having Declan Rice, Gabriel, and Saliba being fit today, do you reckon that was really what we can take more out of today's game, knowing that they're going to be hopefully raring to go against that gigantic quarterfinal against Real Madrid?
You've got to say that we was expected to win today, and we did that. So the real win is keeping the fit, no silly red card, suspensions, no silly injuries. Look, the international break, as you said a bit before, the international break will be the international break. There's a chance that there could be injuries, but that's out of our hands. The club lets them go, and the club takes the risk letting them go. And the players, will always give it their all for their country. So they pick up an injury. But you're right. The real win is keeping them players fit, ready to go on. For the rest of this, they are literally a juggernaut. They really are. Like the Real Madrid fans will be coming in force. The players will be up for it. There is an expectation for that club to win the Champions League every single year. And if they don't, the players and everyone will make it very known. And so we really have got to, to take the game to them. I stopped saying earlier that the way I see it, having the first leg at home could be the best way for us. If we come out, God knows, a draw, who knows, take that to the Bernabeu, that could be literally, who knows what could happen then. But we just need to not embarrass ourselves, keep the players fit, fingers crossed for the international break, and bring on Real Madrid. Let's say, let's go.
Yeah. Do you know what? It's funny you should say that point, because I've said that point last year as well against Bayern Munich. And I think it's a fantastic point that you make. I reckon if we have that Bernabeu leg as the first leg, I reckon we're out of it in the first leg.
Yeah.
Whereas I actually agree with what you're saying, to be fair, and I know there are a lot of cons to having the second leg away. But I actually reckon it might benefit us, and I totally agree with what you're saying. If we have a good performance, we go into that second leg possibly with something. I think if it was at the Bernabeu in the first leg, I reckon they turn us over. And I reckon the Emirates crowd would be very, very, very nervy for that second leg. Whereas I think at least starting from 0-0 with the Emirates crowd in the first leg, we'll be up for it. I was there, and I'm sure so were you, so was DJB at that in the first leg last year against Bayern Munich. The crowd at the start especially were up for it. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I expect on the 8th of April against Real Madrid. I expect us to all be up for it, and we will be. So I'm very inclined to agree with what you're saying. I think, and that's why I was saying this, it's almost less important that Mikel Merino or Trossard or anything. Of course, when we get that one opportunity against Real Madrid, of course we need to take it, in the first leg. Absolutely 100%. But what I'm sort of hoping for is that we're able to nullify Mbappe. We're able to nullify Vinny and Rodrigo. And to do that, we need both of our centre-backs, 1, fit, 2, absolutely firing on all cylinders, and we need that protection from Thomas Partey and especially Declan Rice. He needs to get his centre-back instincts back in that game, Declan Rice. He needs to have a belter along with the defence. Timber, of course, he had an okay day today, a so-so game, a lot of the players did. He needs to be on form for that game. Obviously the concerns will be at left-back. But yeah, no, other than that, I'm okay. I'm pleased today. How are you sort of feeling sort of today? To summarise it sort of all up for it, it's a so-so, innit? It is what it is, performance today.
Yeah.
But we got the win in it.
Yeah, it's a good performance. Like it's an okay performance. Nothing amazing. We got the 3 points we was expected to get. No injuries, no silly suspensions for the rest of the season. Silly red card or anything. So it was just like done what we needed to do. Just about. There's still some performances that weren't great. I think Odegaard really needs to pull his socks up a little bit. Like the amount of times, like when he was through on goal, he was like through and he started to check back and do a little like cut back and flick it behind him, and it's like just run forward, get it forward. Yeah. And his first instinct is always cut back, turn back to the goal, almost at the wrong times. But he weren't like that last season before, and it's worrying because we let Smith Rowe go, we let Vieira go out on loan. There is no Odegaard replacement. We have no man-for-man replacement for him. So when he's there's no one there. And, we was at the game with my brother actually a couple of games ago, and he didn't play well. But we gave a bit of stick after the game. We might have booed him a little bit, and some fan piped up 2 rows back. How can you boo him like that? I was like, well, do you know what? What's it going to take for this player to realise he's not on? Like, Arteta will play him every game. There's no question asked. He's our captain. He will start. And so when you're in that situation, something he needs to realise himself that he has not been good enough. What's expected compared to other seasons. It might take a bit of stick from the crowd. It might take, I don't know, like today when he was through. Maybe he will realise soon, because we need him for Real Madrid as well. If we need that clinical pass, that little tuck round a corner, that little through ball, he's the one to provide that. But he's not really been doing it this season to the extent he was before. Don't take it away from him. He's a great player. He's great, and we got him such a good price, and he's worth every penny paid for him. He's definitely great. But he's not been up to it this season, if I'm honest. He needs to really step out for next season. If we're going to go again and challenge next season, we need him to be better than he has been this season.
Can I throw a quick curveball in there as well? And I don't want to try and catch it. Do you reckon Odegaard would be better under a different manager? Because I'm sort of thinking, all of these players like Martin Odegaard's, Martinelli's and all of that, they've had fantastic seasons, and to some extent Bukayo Saka as well. And they've gradually sort of regressed. And I think it's because they've been sort of almost handcuffed and being allowed to express themselves. I'm just sort of wondering if some of that of Odegaard is down to Mikel Arteta and his system, because a player like Odegaard needs to have a bit of freedom. There has to be discipline in terms of tracking back and doing some defensive duties, granted, working hard for the team, etc. But he's the sort of player that needs to have a free sort of style roam. You go and do your job. And I'm just wondering if this manager's locking him down. And I wonder if maybe a new manager would be able to maybe get the better out of some of these players that haven't quite sort of hit the form as they did 2 years ago when they were sort of playing, that free-flowing football we all love to watch here at the Emirates.
I think, yeah, I mean, look, there is definitely something to be said for that. I can't say there's not, because
Yeah.
there has almost been like a clinical shift in the way he's playing, and ultimately the manager, I think, maybe new manager with a new tactics, new system, he might keep him more central, might give him that position where he needs to be. He's found that wide quite a lot, and I think that's his problem. He's whatever's going on with the tactics and the system, he's dragging him out wide and not through the middle where he needs to be. And that's why today we were saying, get him off for Ranieri, put Ranieri through the middle. He's not been doing well. Maybe again it could take that for him to realise his performance ain't been up to snuff. Subbing off your captain for Ranieri might make a statement from Arteta to say, you need to pull your socks up, but ultimately he hasn't done that, and so that does fall to the manager. I think that's that really.
Yeah, no, you mate, absolutely talking facts. I actually totally agree with everything you sort of said there. I don't know how much longer you've got, boys. I know it looks relatively chilly, but
we've got to try.
I won't keep you too much longer. But what I will say is, firstly, thank you very much to DJB, but most importantly, thank you very much to the Arsenal Pulse, purely because I think it might be your first time on YouTube, or definitely the first time on here, and hopefully, my friend, this is the beginning. We start to see a lot more of you, because I think you've come on very confident, said your points, smashed it out the park, and I think fair dues, mate. Well, great debut. And I'd love to see more of you and talk more of you, and I'm sure as well, along with the legend that is DJB behind you, I'm sure I'll see you very soon. You're only a couple of blocks down from where I sit, so
definitely
look forward to saying hello. Cracking open the beer next time. But listen, gentlemen,
all the best, Aaron.
Thank you very much, my friend. And as I said, all we can take out to the game is no injuries, no red cards, 3 points. But we need a lot of work to do, my friend. There's a lot of work to be done to make this club great again. So some big decisions are going to have to be made, my friend. Big decisions are going to have to be made, because we cannot have another season like this. Because the Chelsea fans were giving us F4 again, fuck all we're singing. So I'm sick of that. So we need a trophy. So things need to be sorted out.
We need a pot in that cabinet, my friend. But listen, get yourselves back home. I'm sure you'll be wanting to go watch the pair of you, the Carabao Cup final.
Yeah.
And my friend.
Cheers, Aaron. Thanks to the listeners, and we'll catch up again soon. I'll take her out. Take care.
Both of you.
Bye, mate.
Take care, my man. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's obviously, of course, DJB and his boy at the Arsenal Pulse. Fingers crossed, we will be hearing a lot more of the latter. I quite liked his debut on there, the Arsenal Pulse. He come in first time ever, and I thought fantastic to the lad, absolutely hitting them facts. That's all we want as Arsenal fans, But big up to DJB, and that will be a regular thing. I sold my ticket to the game today. But DJB will be regularly coming on live outside the Emirates Stadium with the Arsenal Pulse as well. So make sure you stay tuned for that. There'll also be times when we're both not at the games, and we're going to be doing the final countdown watch-along. So we'll do the last 10, 15 minutes of watch-alongs, and we'll be cracking it on from there. So there will be a lot more content with the legend that is, of course, DJB coming down with me as well, mate. So, big up, man. Let's get through the chat as well. We got Dad. What are you saying, Dad? Hello, son. I joined in with Yeti and Jez for a while. Yeah, great show. Yeah, last night. Yeah, big up, mate. Yeah, big up Carl as well. That was his show. Everyone respect to Jez for last night. Yeah, that was his. And of course, we got Carl underneath. How many chances, man? Yeah, we should have buried these bricks 5-0. Listen, man, that could have been very, very, very early on. FC always. I need to get you a little blue badge there, don't I? The old moderator thing. I will get that. You've put it in my head. I will make you a mod on this channel, my friend. Big up, man. It was a tough watch. Second half. Fuck me. Yeah, it was tougher than a fucking overcooked steak, wasn't it? To watch this. Absolutely facts, bruv. Fans leaving early again. Sunday roast burning, bruv. Yeah, listen, I think watching the Sunday roast burning was probably a little bit better than that second half, to be fair, though, my friend. Macy back in the building. How you doing? Yeah, both London clubs are destroyed by Americans. Listen, man, it's madness, yeah? The very, very, very fact that we have Arsenal and Chelsea have spent nearly 2.5 billion pounds, and we had Mikel Merino starting up front, and they had Neto, and we perform we perform like that. That's what 2.8 billion get you, people, man? That's absolutely shoddy, isn't it? Big up Macy, though, as well. Yeah. Mikel Merino's a scrub. Oh, it's an absolute scrub. Newcastle reject, bruv. Shane, hit like and subscribe, people. Yeah, don't forget to do that, man. They're producing nothing but quality content. We're getting there. We're getting better every single day. Do you know what I mean? That's what it's all about, man. As long as you can get better, that's what it's all about. Aaron, if we play like this against Real Madrid, yeah, we will get cooked, bruv. Oh, 100%. They have a stronger midfield and a front three. And that's the exact point that I'm saying, my friends. You know, we have to have a defensive masterclass against them. It's absolutely no shadow of a doubt that needs to happen. That's why I keep saying, and I'll keep saying again, the biggest win weren't the 3 points against Chelsea today. It was the fact that our defensive unit came through unscathed, we hope. Bellingham Camavinga will body up Rice and Party. My friend, I bloody hope they don't. Yeah, and big up DJB. Big up DJB and the Arsenal Pulse as well. Macy, yeah, we will win the league. Liverpool win the league, rather. And I want every single top gooner to cry. Oh, don't worry. They'll be crying. They'll be crying like little bitches. Let's get that right. Some will be grateful for 3 points. Yeah, to some extent. Do you know what I mean? But that's actually the worst bit about what you said, mate. Forest didn't go past you. There you go. That says it in itself. The fact that we're worrying about where fucking Forest are in the league says how poor Arsenal are. You know, no offense, Jetty. Sorry, bruv. Everton away, Real Madrid at home in the same week would be a, yeah. Listen, man, if I was Mikel Arteta and being in game management, I can tell you one thing. I would be resting up a team against Everton. Fuck the Everton away game. They're just going to be battling us and bruising us, mate. I'd rest four or five key players for that game. No, it doesn't matter. You know, we've collected a nice 3 points today. When that Everton game comes, yeah, I don't really care. Just get a full and fit, firing team for the Real Madrid game. You know, that's the only thing that matters. You know, we won't get past it anyway, but if there's still a chance, there's still some form of chance. You know, sod the league, sod Everton. Yeah, how you doing, Rashid, brother? Big up, mate. I'm thinking about, Real Madrid. You can't be missing chances like that. Yeah, man. This is what I'm saying. Like, of course, it worries me ever so slightly. Do you know what I mean? Say we have a defensive masterclass, and we do keep them at bay for fucking miracle. If we get that one chance, will we take it? That's always worried me, Rashid, mate. Big up Rashid, Shane saying, yeah, absolutely 100%, man. You know it. Big up, man, as well. Hendo in the building. How you doing, man? DJB in the pulse, yeah, and all in the chat and watching, yeah. God, yeah, that was a bore fest, a proper stinky bore fest. Sadly, that's how the remaining Premier League fixtures are going to be. Like that for Arsenal. That's why I've been off getting rid of them, mate. Do you know what I mean? It's like today's game was 95 quid. What would you have rather have gone? Anyone in the chat? Let's just sort of say it. You know, would you have rather have paid 95 quid and gone to watch that game and travelled 3 hours and took 5-6 hours out of your day, or would you rather have done what I done? Sit in the warm in the comfort of my own house, take 95 quid back off of Arsenal Football Club, and just watch the Snorefest on the telly. That's why I've done it, man. Yeah, big up Shane as well. Big up DJB. Yeah, all good, man. And the chat. Yeah, big up the chat, man. Don't forget, drop a like and a subscribe on the video as well. Everyone's saying hello to each other. Big up Luca, man. How you doing, my friend? We are all good now. It's not calling show. I'll be wrapping up very, very, very soon. So, like you lot, man, I want to watch some football, man, and I'm going to be wanting to watch the Newcastle game. Hopefully, Newcastle can beat them. You know, come on, you Gunners, yeah, brother. I'm over for Fulham the 1st of April. Yeah, not one bit enthusiastic about it. That's a shame because I've literally just sold my ticket. I'd have come around and said hello. I've literally, just sold it. The email come up just as I was starting this thing, my friend. Jezza in the building. How are you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well, my friend, and hope family. If you know, I hope the family are doing very, very, very well as well, my friend. I'm not going to spurt personal stuff, but you know, my friend. Big up Shane as well. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, how you doing? Yeah, Shane's a boy now, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? He's one of us. AFC Vigilante as well is always in the chat, man. Big up, bruv. What did you think of that absolute shit? There's a Snorefest. We won. Big up, Aaron. Fuck, that was boring. It was fucking snoring, mate. Don't think, have a drink so much coffee during a match, man. Yeah, listen, I promise you, I don't think I've drank so much Stella in a match either, man. It's painful. That's what we got to do. 95 quid, Hendo. No lie, bruv. I'll show you them receipts. Yeah, I swear to you, 95 quid, mate. Catquier game. Up a tier. Yeah, it costs a pretty penny. That's why I chose to stay at home, mate. I win. We got AFC Vigilante. I'll take the last couple and then I'll shoot. Hi, Jez, because I know we all want to watch the football and all. We all want to watch that Newcastle game. We all want to watch Newcastle win and all, don't we? Hi, Jez, appreciate the history streams. The goalkeeper show was the one I've enjoyed the most. and it's good to learn about other legends. Listen, man, that's exactly the reason why, yeah, and I always say it about the legend that is Jez Collins, who is at the Arsenal History and More. You don't get that from any other Arsenal YouTubers. And that insight show, you know, that he does with the keepers, and he does that with the old school show with DJB and Kenny. The IQ of not only just football, but especially Arsenal is through the roof on that show. If you want to learn something, I mean, it's got a plethora of videos there anyway, but watch that show every single week. I've got obligations, unfortunately, when it's on, so sometimes I catch the end of it, but I always watch it back. And I'll tell you what, it is an absolutely fantastic show to watch. So if anyone's in it that hasn't seen it, man, come on, man, what are we doing here? ITV4, Hendo San, yeah, tonight for 7:30. Oh, that's a good bit of information, mate. I will absolutely be tuned in for that. Depending on if I'm on stream, of course, I might be on with Lee. Not decided what to do yet. Big up Anthony, mate. Yeah, what floors have I got in the house? That ain't straight still. I haven't screwed it to the wall yet. But hopefully the scarves are sort of throwing it off sort of centre for you, my friend. We won't beat Real Madrid, but I wanted the League and FA Cup last season. Yeah, and this season, of course, mate. Yeah, but next season, what would it be like? Like next season, a repeat maybe. Listen, man, like I don't even want to think that way, man. But the reality is we've got to, Ant, bruv. Big up as well, man. Hope you're all well, my friend. Like, yeah, we've got to win something this year. We missed a massive trick not playing today. We shouldn't have been playing Chelsea today. We should have been playing Liverpool. Let's get it right. That's a fact. We should have been playing there, but we got humbled 4-0. We didn't deserve to be, but we should be here. This is what Arsenal should be doing, and the point I'm trying to make is we should be competing for trophies. All the trophies. You know, what happened to last season when we've got this squad and we're like, yeah, you know, we want to compete on all fronts. What he's done is signed a centre back who playing left back who can't defend at all whatsoever. We've got a crap centre fucking midfielder in Marino that now he's playing up front, and he's sold Fabio Vieira, or you know, got rid of him this season. Fabio Vieira, Nelson, Eddie Nketiah, and Emil Smith Rowe. That's 4 attackers that he's got rid of without replacing, and we're wondering why we're getting hamstring injuries left, right, and centre. People. Why are we getting hamstring injuries? Because we're being overplayed. Why are they being overplayed? Because there's no one else in the squad. Why is there no one else in the squad? Because we ain't signed anyone and we've let 4 go without replacing a single one of them. We're wondering why we got injuries and problems and we're not able to compete in these trophies. Why have we got Havertz missing left, right, and centre versus Manchester United in the FA Cup? Him and Martinelli was missing chances left, right, and centre in the first leg of the Newcastle semi-final. What are we doing here? This is all done by massive design. And Anthony, the point that you sort of saying as well is, do I see Arsenal winning the FA Cup next season? No. Why do I see that? It's because he's only won 2 FA Cup games since he last won it 6 years ago, 5 years ago. Now it's against Oxford, one of them. The other one was against Palace. Doesn't fill me with confidence, my friend. Even a League Cup. Yeah, you know, we've had some excellent chances under Arsene Wenger, 3 finals since we last beat Sheffield Wednesday. But we're nowhere near getting even to a final. Let alone winning the damn thing since he's won the FA Cup. The league next season, let's not sleep on Manchester City. If they get it right next year, and they'll spend money, we all know it, they will spend money. Let's get an absolute, no shadow of a doubt on that, people. They'll spend money. They won't be as crap as they were this year. This is a blip. Big teams like that only have blips. Our blip's been 21 years. That's not a blip. That's just systemic shit. That's 150%. Champions League or bust. And even that's almost massively ridiculously unattainable. But big up, man. Thank you very much for being AFC vigilant as well. So George Graham in the ground. Give him a contract. Yeah, well, listen, I'll tell you what. He'd probably be able to work his way through that quarter-final against Real Madrid a lot better than Arteta will. I can tell you that. If that man can masterclass a 2-0 89 against the best team on the planet at the time, Liverpool, yeah, I actually think I would rather him in the dugout, to be fair, against Real Madrid. And I ain't even joking, people. I ain't even joking, but I am going to wrap it there. Listen, yeah, thank you very much, people, for watching. These things will be regular with DJB when I'm not at the game. He will indeed be coming out and giving me a match reaction straight outside every stadium that he's at. We'll be having a little chat. So always stay tuned for that. DJB is an absolute superstar, and you know, he's an absolute legend. And I love the fact that he's given his time to me so we can do a little bit of content. Do you know what I mean? I enjoy it. as well. What we got? We got tomorrow. Don't forget, 8 p.m. We've got a bit of Monday Night X tomorrow. So come, we've got a panel. Shane will be there. I will read that comment in a second. Shane will be there. Rashid, I think, is coming on. Yasser, Chelsea fan, he's going to be there. And I think maybe even DJB. I'm fairly sure DJB will be jumping on that Monday as well. We're going to be doing some previews. I'll be going on Never a Foul, I think, on Wednesday. I'm not 100% sure. Cass needs to send me a message. But yeah, other than that, yeah, Shane saying, just quickly before we wrap up, I'll take these last comments. City will be back, 100, bruv. Newcastle will strengthen, 100, bruv. Chelsea will strengthen. I mean, they'll spend money regardless, bruv. Villa under Emery will absolutely improve. Arteta will get lucky. Listen, it's going to be a battle. What I see you next Tuesday. Listen, you're talking facts, bruv. It's going to be tricky. And Hendo, cheers, bruv. Always appreciate it, man. Catch you soon, my friend. AB as well, man. Big up. How are you doing? Hopefully your Sunday is treating you well. Aces North Lies Live. Yeah, I might even jump on for a little bit, actually, to be fair. But I will be ending the stream. Big up, man. Enjoyed as well the Carabao Cup final. Away the lads. Big up, boys.